Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-hosts and fellow mad scientists, Rob Scucci and Bob Hasek. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing this?
Oh, so great. I think we just got I don't know, like whitewashed or acid washed with like the most 90s thing we've ever watched in our lives. And
It's
I'm
up there with
talking, of
Hackers.
course, about Tank Girl. Yeah, this movie had drip. It totally had drip. And it just reminds me of I don't know, like mall culture, like when you go to like Spencer Gifts before like it
Yeah.
started being Hot Topic, and it's just like someone went to Spencer's and just like dressed themselves up with everything that was there, like fake dildos and like personal massagers included.
And then
Um,
covered a tank in it.
yes, Bob.
I was actually thinking the exact on the same lines. I graduated high school and college in the 90s. And the 90s look so 90s when you're not in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is
true.
which is a nice way of saying Tank Girl looked real bad.
It's a good way of saying we're all getting old.
Yeah, that sucks. Shut up. Rob.
Tank Girl is the movie. Tank Girl.
Yeah,
Tank Girl. Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's see what the people on YouTube think about it. I bet that they're positive, mostly.
Mixed bag, but mostly, yeah.
Okay.
Number one, I just discovered this. Imagine that. What's not to like about such a campy 90s sci-fi dystopia with such a great cast of actors and music? How this ever slipped past me, I'll never know. Number two, this happened 10 years from now, and so far we're right on schedule. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one. Gwen Stefani and Sting star in this heartwarming buddy cop movie. Number four, better than Birds of Prey, and with more wit and imagination than the entire MCU. Well, stick around for Rob's Magic Marvel Corner, and we'll see about that.
We will.
And then the final one, this is my favorite. No woke shit. No feminist rage.
Oh
No
no.
thought agenda. It was just fun to watch and cool.
And cool.
And cool. Yeah, that's it.
Did you think it was cool, Rob?
I actually didn't hate it. I mean, like, it's not,
I knew it. I knew it.
it's not, listen, it's not a good movie, but it's been established that I have really bad taste. So just let me ride with it.
Fair. Okay. Test number one, the worst of its kind.
Test number one, the worst of its kind.
The Quick and the Dead we've talked about before with Leonardo DiCaprio. For some reason, it keeps popping up. It's not bad enough to do, though. It's a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
I, Tonya with Margot Robbie. I hear it's good.
All right.
Yeah.
It was nominated, I think.
Yeah, 90% too.
I was thinking that I forget the lead actress's name, but she would
Margot
make a
Robbie.
good. No, in Tank Girl.
Oh, Tori. Not Tori Spelling.
That's not important.
No.
I was saying to myself, she would make a good Harley Quinn if like they made one
Yeah.
in this era.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, 75. I have no idea why any of these were on the suggested list.
That one's actually not terrible.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's all right.
watch it again, but I saw it and it was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. The Rock with Cage and Connery. That's one I want to do, despite it's 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to make fun of it. I love it, but I want to make fun of it.
It's fucking amazing.
It's so good. There's something about Mary with Stiller and Cameron Diaz. 84%.
Wow, weird suggestion.
That's fair, but
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing, Bob. Like, how is that even related?
No
Is
idea.
somebody similar writer or something or director? Or,
Yeah, it could have been something like that. But anyway, the average is a strong 74.8%. What do you guys think Tank Girl did?
Based on YouTube, mixed bag. I'm gonna say I want to say lower, but I'm gonna say 45.
I did some research and comic book people love this shit, so I'm gonna say 50.
You guys are close. It's a 41. So
Cool.
it is the
Oh.
worst. It is the
Okay.
worst of its kind because what was suggested to me, honestly, were a bunch of good movies.
Yeah.
And negative 33.8. So bad, not the worst.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that stacks up against our current season champion after we get through test number 2 and the rest. This one is our little limerick. Ain't that a pitch?
Test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
All right.
Let's-
I'll sacrifice myself if that's cool. I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. There once was a girl with a tank who stole all the water she drank. But Malcolm McDowell wanted her to throw in the towel, but he gets overpowered and killed by the skank.
Nice. That's a good. You summarized it well there.
Yeah.
All right, I went first last time, so I'll go second.
Okay.
There once was a movie called Tank Girl. I never have to watch this again. I'm so thankful. I shouldn't threaten assault. It's not really Chris's fault. But the person who picked this movie should be strangled.
That's good.
God damn.
Yeah.
And you expect me to vote for you after that?
Oh, I don't care about votes.
All right. Well, I do. Check this out. It's really good.
All right.
Tank Girl has a tank. Expect a bang or two. Tank Girl is a skank. She's probably had a wang or two. Her boyfriend just died, but she never cried. She just moved on to banging a goddamn kangaroo.
Chris, 4.5.
Oh, Chris, 4.5. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I
good.
felt
I like
really
it.
good about that one.
I like how we are so emotionally developed enough to both rhyme tank and skank.
Yeah, agreed. It just certainly wasn't an obvious rhyme, so credit to us both.
Yeah.
Test number 3, the most offensive.
I tell you, I'm full of something right about now.
Damn, girl, you smell like something crawled up in you and died. Damn, what did you eat?
Corn. I'm not eating no corn.
Oh, shit. God.
Test number 3. The most offensive.
I feel like we should make another one of those too with this David Spade going.
Bit like before the fart sound.
Yeah, or like add the into it.
I could do that.
Ooh.
And maybe make it a little shorter. I do feel bad at subjecting the audience to 30 seconds of farts every week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Corn. Remember eating no corn. Number 1, girl and boy burst in on boyfriend's botanical birthday suit.
Yeah.
What are they doing in there, like, getting all naked? Kids running around.
I don't
Were
know.
they their kids or not their kids? I couldn't figure that out.
I couldn't tell, yeah. I couldn't tell either. I assumed not. But then whose are they?
Right.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Future.
blowing away bovine battlefield earth ground beef style.
Yep.
Yeah, her, like, horned beast was blown away, and I felt
Yeah.
kind of bad about it, to be
Yeah.
honest. Animal cruelty again.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's a good one. Number 3, prostituting children.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants kind of a schoolgirl thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a through line in bad dystopian sci-fi movies. That's like one of the first places like all these films go is like, hey, let's fuck a bunch of kids. That's 10 minutes and 10 seconds if you want to clip that audio.
Okay. Noted. I just may.
Wasn't that in what was it last we watched? The Valerian movie?
Yeah.
Something like
Valerian,
that.
Valerian had a bit of prostitution, but also Babylon AD.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I
Right.
feel like
And it
there's
was-
another good one.
It was implied in Soldier, I think.
Number 4, really rapey ripper. I've got two.
all of them.
Yeah, the one that looked like Jim Brewer kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, they pass out because of the like pain gas they're giving him, and they're listing the options of what to do with these girls, and he's like, I say we hump them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he tells Jet to come dance. He's like, come dance. It's okay. I have condoms.
Yep.
Okay. Number 5, the Asian amputee expert.
Yeah.
What a horrible stereotype that guy was.
Yeah.
Number 6.
That was James Hong, I think his name is.
I don't know.
He's super famous. He's in like in everything. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm glad you said that. Number 6, neglecting your niece for a musical number.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just got her back. Now I'm going to sing show tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7, bestiality.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad look.
Not a good look. I agree. And we do have a clip for the most offensive this week.
Okay.
Want to take it away,
Nice.
Rob? We don't have a number 8, so I'll just go number 8.
Okay.
This
and what's
is
it
called Silver.
You stop this childish behavior this instant. Do you want me to tell your mother how naughty you've been? Do you?
Don't take my silver. It's all the money I've got.
Silver. I don't have that.
The clapper. That's what you get for being a perv.
Hey, you're gonna get fired and keep treating the guests like that.
Rebecca!
There she is! Uh-oh. And the little girl! Sam, come on! Get them! Guards! Hurry! Kill her. Kill them both.
That's a good idea.
Now! Everybody drop your guns! Or I scrape off all her makeup.
So the clapper, the girl like does the clap. Was that like the clap STD brothel joke also, or was I reading too far into
It was like a visual pun. I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, there was a thing called the clapper, right?
Yeah, the light that you can turn
Yeah.
on and turn off by clapping.
Clap on, clap off.
I
Yeah.
think that's all it really was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that was another like I kind of piggy backed on the prostituting children one there, but there was the audio. That was the super weird guy trying to find a private room with him and that girl, and that's
That was
disgusting.
That was Iggy Pop.
More like icky pop. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, did he have a shirt on? Can you refresh my memory as to whether or not he had a shirt on?
Maybe
I
Iggy
think
Pop
he did.
thing.
he's allergic. He's allergic to shirts. Haven't
Yeah.
you read Hard Times?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to mention anything else before we move on?
Just the overall theme from last week. There were a lot of butt shots. Like
That's true.
they don't leave much to the imagination, but they do. And I think that was their intention. But I think that's like
Yeah.
how the comic is. So like I'm not like it's not offensive. It's just like I did notice a lot of cheeks
And pasties.
and pasties.
That's true. There were
Yeah.
cheeks and pasties. That is true. Cheeks.
Yep.
She's amazing.
Can that be our first merch shirt?
Yeah, cheeks and pasties. Only at theworstmovieevermade.com.
All right, cool. Let's move it on to test number 4, the worst dialogue.
Sure.
Test number 4. The worst dialogue.
Go down to Marie Callender's. Get me a big bowl. Pie, some ice cream on it. Good. Put some on your head. Your tongue would slap your brains out trying to get to it. Interested? Yeah.
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 I am sorry for my posture. I just keep like rolling back. I'm trying to make my torso feel better. I don't know what the hell's going on with me. Anyway, number
Ooh.
5.
Yep.
Yar. This one is called swelling.
Miss me?
What are you doing?
Oh, I was just thinking about leaving this place. It's been swell, but swelling's gone down.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
We go to New York, see cats.
You don't understand. The better you behave, the more they leave you alone. And the more they leave you alone, the better off you are.
Well, that's a bore. There's nothing to be scared of. You just gotta think about it like the first time you got laid. You just gotta go, Daddy, are you sure this is right?
You're sick.
How come you always do that? How come you always cover your mouth when you smile? You got bad teeth or something?
I don't know.
Come on. What do you say we bolt?
Can I make a real quick confession?
Yeah.
The movie was called Tank Girl, and like she was talking about swelling, and you sent me the clips before I actually had a chance to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I thought like she got like hurt in an explosion, and then they like grafted a tank to her.
Oh my
Like,
god.
there
I
was
wish.
actually going to be like a physical like tank girl, and to my
man.
disappointment, that never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, we will talk about just how much Tank is in this movie for being in the title, but that's for another time. For right now, we'll go to number
4.
4. Yarg.
This one is called Analyzer.
She's lying.
What do you know?
Oh, it's a little something I designed. It's a spectrum analyzer which recognizes voice pattern stress modulations. It detects lies.
But I only speak the truth.
Liar.
Oh, all right, all right. I caught it in my fish pond on a stick.
Liar.
All right, all right, all right, all right. They were selling a girl's stuff after they had taken her prisoner. I bought it. It was sad, really.
What'd they do with the girl?
First, tell me what Water and Power want with her.
We're not Water and Power. We're escaped prisoners.
Oh, in that case. Oh, it was terrible. They put her to work in town at Liquid Silver.
Come on, Jed. Gotta go get her.
To the bat tank.
Wait, we can't go into town with those water and power vehicles.
Oh, you can fix them up here in my garage.
How convenient. Especially considering that girl was apparently sent in by Water and Power to trap them, like make them go to Liquid Silver, where the girl really is, instead of just being like, hey, go to like Copper Town, and there's just an ambush there instead.
Yep.
That character was like, based on what I read, supposed to be in the movie like 3 or 4 more times, and they just axed all her scenes.
I don't blame them because she was awful.
And it was supposed to be Bjork.
Oh, no kidding. Was she on the soundtrack?
No, here's the thing. She's on the soundtrack like while you're watching the film, but like I looked up there were some songs I actually really liked. I wanted to know what they were, so I pulled up the Tank Girl soundtrack, and like half the songs that you see on screen aren't on the actual album.
Right, they are not.
Including "Army of Me" by Bjork, which is like that bass line is like it's a cool song, but it's not on the soundtrack.
Weird.
Yeah,
that is really weird. Number 3. Gutted.
Your face has been gutted, Mr. Kesley, sir. To be honest, your chances of seeing again are as likely as your arm growing back. However, I can make you comfortable.
No. No painkillers. Do I make myself clear, Doctor?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, what is the prognosis?
Not good, sir.
Not good.
Sir, this is Mr. Chait Sai.
What?
Chait Sai. He specializes in cybergenic reconstructive surgery. Go ahead, sir.
All the king's horses and all the king's men wish they had the technology I have.
So much going on there.
Yeah,
Such a clever, disjointed rhyme. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this movie though, is that they don't guide you through it. They just blast you in the face with it, and your face ends up gutted. And then they're like, "We've got this guy with high technology to like put your face back together."
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, and I just want to stop watching this. But you can't because you do a podcast every week where you analyze that movie. So you have to keep watching it, and then you have to talk about it in a segment called "The Worst Dialogue" when you play clips where they detail these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. Status.
The code will be on the road. Yeah.
He's Jack Kerouac incarnate.
We're all reincarnated. That means you're not really dead, or you just think you're dead.
Who'd you used to be?
A cop.
Figures.
I used to be Ted Smith, assistant manager at Chief Auto Parts in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, fascinating.
Oh, thank you.
I was a dog, but because I was really good, they moved me up to human being status.
What?
Sort of.
What the fuck are they talking about?
So profound.
Oh God.
They're reincarnated?
They believe that.
Okay, but they're really just people who were like, I don't understand the process at all. So a guy was a mechanic, and then they mixed his DNA with kangaroo DNA, and then he grew into that. Is that what happened?
Something like that.
Let's go with that.
I have no idea. It's just.
I feel like this is one of those things where, like, if you actually read all the comic books, like, you'd be like, "Oh, that was a clever way of folding it in." But because they don't give you any context from the source material, like, as like people viewing it in a vacuum, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this movie, and that was a perfect example. Like, that's not exposition. That it doesn't explain anything. But it gets worse. I think this clip is one of the funnier clips we've done on Worst Dialogue ever. Let's do number
1, Daddy. You know what? Fuck it.
A poem.
I'd like to recite a poem that I've written.
Oh, cool.
Laugh, you butterfly that dances in the mud. Laugh, you piece of dental floss. You burn me toast.
Yeah.
Laugh, you pig that flies in the sky with rainbow Twinkie fluid and 3 liters of high octane petrol.
Oh, yeah.
Bravo.
What? Like, did I transcribe that correctly? Rainbow Twinkie fluid and 3 liters of high octane petrol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. What does that mean, Rob?
Yikes.
I listen to a lot of Aesop rock, so I don't know.
I don't know what drug you need to do to discover the meaning behind those lyrics, but I do not want to do it.
No.
I feel like whatever that drug is what they were on when they came up with the Rippers in the first place. I hate this movie. Rob, your ad read?
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Kevin Spacey's Tickle Dungeon of Mystery.
Oh, jeez.
This all-ages attraction is the first of its kind to not require adult supervision. There's snacks, there's games, and there's years of therapy that you'll have to pay for yourself because of that waiver you had to sign. Kevin Spacey's Tickle Dungeon of Mystery, where security turns a blind eye.
Good Lord, man. All right, test number 5. The worst production.
Cool.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh man!
Worst production.
Oh,
That
right.
bumper. All right, the worst production tagline, Chris, if you want to write this down.
Yeah.
The Mask did it better.
Wow.
Okay.
So comic book movies are tricky. Like they're very, in my opinion, they're tricky, especially when they're so drenched in comedic style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like The Mask. So something like Batman was never meant to be anything but dark and mysterious and kick ass.
Yeah.
So it's an even leveled theme.
Yeah.
But this just isn't and wasn't meant to be. And that's a very difficult thing to balance, the whole comedy action thing.
Yeah.
But The Mask did. And that's
Yeah.
my argument.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
fair.
also had the benefit of Jim Carrey, who was on fire at the time. Lori Petty, that's her name.
Yeah.
Just came to me. Not.
I'm
great.
gonna say it was more than just that.
It definitely was. The writing, was much better. The story was cohesive. Made sense.
I thought about the whole Jim Carrey thing. And I thought that was an ace in the hole for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But there was something about the filmmaking that just did it better. And
Yeah, that's
and it came out the same year.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
It was just like the Mask
they
had
put-
like they nailed it with like the use of color. Like Tank Girl was really disjointed because I think they had like an identity crisis. Like I think it was cool when they like juxtaposed like actual comic book frames in it, but I think the Mask was just like it stood on its own. Like you don't need to enjoy the comic to enjoy the film.
I agree.
Yeah, and I just felt like every single joke from the comedy writers was bad, just not funny.
No.
Yeah, but yeah. The Mask will legit make you laugh if you watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it still holds up. I
Just-
watched it
just-
like in the last year or two. It's still
Yeah, it's still
like,
good.
primo.
Still good movie.
Yeah.
Well, we had to watch the sequel, so
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do
And
you
that holds
think-
up. That holds up for sure.
Here's a question for the two of you. Do you think Tank Girl would have benefited
From
from
Jamie
the
Kennedy.
presence of Jamie Kennedy?
yes.
Well, they couldn't get him. They couldn't get him was
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
He
he was
was
just- he was-
available.
He was king shit. They just couldn't get him in.
He
Jamie
was
Kennedy experiment was
it's far
Yeah.
too expensive.
Yeah, that's so. And they had a smaller budget because it's approaching a B movie. Test number 6: the worst acting.
Yep.
I should have put you down myself. Personally.
I never understood. Why did you judge me? Why did you judge me?
You killed innocent people.
The means to an end.
You started a massacre.
I caused the revolution.
You betrayed the law.
Law! I betrayed this! Your council's experiment, which failed!
Test number 6: the worst acting. Number 1. Salute.
No. Salute me.
I'm not too good under pressure.
Well, you'll learn then, won't you?
A rock lobster.
Gross out. Come on, they're being weird again. Let's get out of here.
Let go.
Damn! I was just getting into that one.
Give me that.
They had her do accents for like 20 seconds every
Yeah.
time she tried to pull one off because
Yeah.
I think it was bad to begin with, but every time she went further than like 20 or 30 seconds with an accent, it would completely fall apart. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I think so.
But also the part where she's like, "Damn, it's just cringy at best." This whole movie just makes you want to curl up in a ball and be embarrassed for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 2. Speaking of which, and we were talking about this girl earlier, but she reappears in number 2. Glad, Mad, Sad.
This tank, it isn't.
Isn't. isn't...
Isn't...
What? Come on, just one little adjective will have a whole sentence here. The tank isn't glad. Sad. Mad. Lonely.
It isn't operational.
How do I know you're not lying?
Because if I was lying, your lungs would be full of cyanide gas.
Cool. So we get a new tank.
Wait. Look, nobody gets out of here without a clearance. We're all prisoners here. And if they catch you...
Then don't tell me. They'll take away my TV privileges. I'll live with it.
My. She'll be fun to break.
There's a picture of me doing the podcast from like the dark corner of my apartment that Stacy sent me. That's really creepy.
Oddly terrifying. Well, that's much more interesting than this movie. So show me again.
Yeah. Here for all our viewers, you can see how I live. 1 second. Face lock.
Yeah.
There we go. It's just me, just sitting in the dark.
There he is.
With my little shark poster back there. Yeah. Anyhow.
Dick. I think Naomi Watts is really bad in this. I think Malcolm McDowell is really bad in this. I think Tori. I keep wanting to say it. It's Lori Petty, right? Petrie?
Yeah.
Petty.
Petty.
I think you're right. Petty. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Lori Petty. Yeah. Just I don't. I think the writing didn't help, but they would have been bad no matter what they were told to say.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Do you remember when they're about to get the offer to go to the garage to fix the plane and to fix the tank, and they have a girl holding them up with a shotgun, the girl we were talking about before?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the scene set up for you. Lori Petty's tank girl is Rebecca, I think her name is going to sneak around and hit her in the back of the head with a fish. Listen for the cartoon sound that happens when she does so in clip number 3. Hiya.
There she blow, matey. Dunna, dunna, dun, 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 dunna. Dun, dun, dun,
Put
dun.
it down, it's not funny.
Dun, 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 dun.
What is it?
Raise your hands to the sky gods.
The rains are coming. But it hasn't rained since the comet.
I need metal to complete my arc. I'll be taking your tank.
No, see, you won't be taking the tank.
The Rippers are waiting. I must save them from the floods. Tell me the security code.
Bam! All right, listen, Rain Lady. Where'd you get this?
I made it.
You talking about the random glass shattering when the fish was thrown?
She literally sneaks up behind her and she says also, bam, but there's like a little sound when it hits her in the head. Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it's supposed to be comedic, but like the girl is holding Jet up with a shotgun and Rebecca is clearly in her eyesight. And she just like sneaks around a mannequin or something and fucking hits her in the head.
It was horrible.
It's awful. Absolutely awful. Fuck this. Number 4 is really funny and it's only like 9 seconds long. It's going to be better for the YouTube audience, but I will explain to the podcast crew why it's so funny after number 4. Calendar guys.
Oh, yeah.
You mean we get to be calendar guys? Can I be December?
Baby, you can be any month you want. LaShawn, have...
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You know what he's doing when he makes that sound? He goes, just to the camera. So they're posing as photographers for Water and Power. They're making a calendar showing off the hot bods of the Water and Power like energy workers, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But so is that smile, and I just had to include it. I had to.
It'd be better if it was a Marie Calendar, because at least you could smack your brain trying to lick it off
True.
your head. Yeah.
That's a very good point, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's throw it to fact or no fact.
Sure.
Fact or no fact?
All right, this is called. Wait, what did I call this? I called this "No Thank You." Okay, that was easy.
Nice.
So I love to see people succeed. It's like I'm a teacher, right? I want to see kids do well. I want to see adults do well, and I want to see you two do well. So I included out of these 5 factoids, 2 of them are facts.
Oh.
So there are 2 chances to win, and I know how much one of you
Wow.
likes to win.
Yeah, Rob. You got to cool with that.
Yep.
So there are 5. You'll notice a theme here. There are 5 things I'm going to read that may be facts, and 2 of them are actual facts. If you pick one of the real facts, you are a winner. So I'm hoping we have 2 winners today. Let's see what happens. Okay. First one. Another torture scene. So remember she was tortured? Yeah. So another one was included, but it was cut because it was deemed too sexual even for this movie.
Okay.
Okay, an earlier scene in the house was cut because it showed a wall with hanging dildos.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Another scene was cut. It was an afterglow scene, if you guys know what that means. Was cut because of the Ripper's giant prosthetic penis.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Another earlier scene was cut where the little girl and the boy were drinking beer and smoking cigarettes.
Wow.
And the last one is every animated scene was actually a replacement of horribly shot scenes that were cut.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. So I'm noticing a through line with penises. So I have a feeling I feel like that's like a red herring of sorts, like where one might be true, one might be not true. This was 95 though, so I could see why they would want to cut out the girl and the boy drinking. But I mean, for this movie, that may have been the least of their concerns. But we're just coming off the whole Tipper Gore, Satanic Panic, that kind of shit from the 80s, where everything was being censored for explicit content, and they get rid of the person smoking, but they'd allow stuff slip under the radar that was too meta for them to understand that was worse. I know Matt Stone and Trey Parker from South Park do that all the time, where they're told they can't do a certain joke because it's bad, but they'll make a joke that's 10 times worse but a little more subtle, and they get away with it. So I can see the boy and girl drinking being cut because there's a bunch of other shit they left in that's worse. Torture scene was too sexual. I mean, it really depends on what was in it. Probably a giant prosthetic penis. Every animated scene was actually a replacement of the horribly. So I'm going to call bullshit on the animated thing. I think they really wanted the comic book vibe in there because
I did too.
That was the coolest part of the movie. I think that was done well. I think when it got really surreal and it blended from reality to not just the freeze frames, but it was actually motion captured or whatever. I thought that was really cool. So I think that was intentional because animation's expensive, and if they were already at budget and they had to replace scenes, it would probably have been cheaper to reshoot them. I'm gonna go with the boy and girl drinking. I think that's something that would strike a nerve with test audiences, especially if they're the helicopter parent types that know their kids might watch this because smoking's bad. So I'm gonna go with the girl and boy smoking. Yeah, I'm gonna go with boy and girl drinking was cut.
Bob, what for me and the audience, what is an afterglow scene?
After sex?
Afterglow is after sex.
Yes.
Okay, so Rebecca and Booger have sex, and then you can see the kangaroo penis is the implication here.
That's the implication, yes.
I'm going to say that even they were not that daring. torture to sexual. I like it. I don't like it. Okay, clip that. But I like it for a correct answer. And hanging dildos I like too. I like hanging dildos. I like torture sex.
Yeah.
These are the two that I really like.
41 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay. Chris likes dongs. Chris likes torture sex.
And hanging dildos.
And hanging dildos. Yeah.
And I went on record saying weird things about having sex with kids. So this is a good episode. It's fertile ground
excellent,
for
excellent episode. Thank
sandbagging
you.
on the soundboard.
No, thank you, Tank Girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the wall dildos.
Okay. So here's
We're both wrong.
There's some really good. One of you are right.
Okay.
One of you are right. So first of all, the animated sequences were actually replacing non-shot scenes. So I guess they didn't shoot. There were certain scenes they just didn't shoot. They forgot to shoot them, or they just whatever. And so the guys who made the original comic actually animated those scenes.
Oh, that's cool.
All those drawings they put in there were the original comic book artists
That is
throwing
cool.
in scenes because they didn't. They never shot those scenes.
Okay,
that is cool. I like that.
I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. So the torture scene, there was actually a torture scene they cut because Lori Petty looked too ugly in the scene.
Wow.
But that was actually just an extension of the freezer scene.
But her haircut was fine throughout the rest of the movie, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Rob, I'm sorry to say I made up the whole drinking and smoking thing. So the two facts were, yes, there was a scene in the house cut because it showed a wall of hanging dildos, and there was an after sex scene with the Ripper and Lori.
Oh, no way.
That showed a Ripper's giant prosthetic penis.
What's he ripping?
Vaginal walls.
They cut the scene, and it was to the director's dismay. She was very upset that they cut that scene.
Oh, man.
No, really? Well, like I said, I love hanging dildos. It won me the whole episode, so I'm going with it.
I like
love it.
dongs.
I like hanging dongs.
I like dongs.
Right.
Let's throw it to the catch-all.
All right.
The catch-all. It's the catch-all.
Yeah.
Seriously, I have no idea what I did to myself. I'm going to lightning round this because I'm in pain and I want to put a heating pad on my stomach and lay down and cry. The soundtrack is the best part, and it's not my personal favorite.
Yeah. It's a time capsule for sure. Like that. Bob, you're more into punk than I am. Like, what's that called? Like, it's not SoCal punk, like, because that they'd be more like Pennywise, I think. But
right,
like the opening song, Biodome, it's like the same kind of like it's like upbeat. It's like all power chords.
So get this. Remember, I was like, "That's a really bad Devo cover." That was actually Devo covering their own song.
Wow, weird.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The Offspring.
You guys did terrible.
The
Covering
Offspring did
yourself.
that for Idle Hands, that Devin Sawa and Seth Green. They did like 1999 versions of like songs they did in like 89 for the movie specifically, and like the old one sounds better.
Yeah,
I'm sure. She's the only one with the super weird haircut that Rob just mentioned. Like everybody else has a pretty normal haircut, so I don't understand why half of her head is shaved like up top, up here.
Yeah.
Don't trust a sudden forgiving hug. Medieval boss rant.
Yeah, so I broke all this glass. I made you walk over this glass. I took out a giant, scary fucking knife, and then I'm like, "Oh, bring it in, bring it in, partner."
I forgive you. I forgive
Let's reconcile right now.
Yeah, don't trust those. That's just advice. That's life advice. He has the guy take off his boots and his socks to walk over glass. Then he does it himself to show how insane he is, right? But he never took off his footwear, which implies that the entire monologue he was barefoot.
Something happened. Something similar happened in the original Evil Dead because they shot it over like the course of like 4 or 5 years, and there's a scene where like Bruce Campbell's like wearing a completely different outfit or shoes, like where like it wouldn't logically make because he's like walking through a door frame and then like he comes up through the other room like dressed slightly different because they just couldn't like find the right match.
That would not be that wouldn't be surprising.
Whoopsie poopsies. What kind of batteries does the human dehydrator water converter device take? Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty powerful. That seems like you need a lot of suckage. Pull that one off.
Suckage.
Yeah. The danger ball, you know, the clapper thing, is incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb. Could have done without that.
It's ripped off of Phantasm.
Oh yeah.
She's assuming her boyfriend has crept up on her, so she starts cutting her clothes in a sexy style, but the girl is due back with her food any minute.
And was that supposed to be sexy? Because it was not.
It was not. I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I think it was supposed to be.
I believe that was the intention, but it just kind of raised more questions than other appendages.
The water and power flyer is shooting at the house while its own men are inside.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. Terrible, your penis is small, I need a microscope and tweezers joke, which everybody in like 5th grade was telling at this time.
Yeah.
Another Sonya Blade Cerrone style neck snap with the feet.
Yeah.
Pulls that off on the plane to the guy who is trying to get some.
Well, I don't want to step on the piece here, but why didn't they kill her so much earlier? Like, was she worth that much?
I don't think so.
Because they had so many opportunities to kill her and just didn't do it.
Yeah, they should have just.
So many monologues at gunpoint that's one of my biggest pet peeves in any movie. Even like A movies do it. Even high-rated A movies do it. It's like the villains like got the gun. You're dead to rights. Yeah. And like first, let me tell you this incredibly long story. Why I'm about to do this.
Give you ample time to figure out how to get out of here. Yeah.
To get the call traced and to triangulate my signal and then save the day.
It's too true. Her quips, jokes, and other comedy writing, they're all childish and not in a forgivable way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sexy sand shower.
Yeah.
Was bad.
Was that sexy to you guys? Because I wasn't into it.
No. I was confused because I've used dry shampoos before and it kind of looks like that, but I don't think they had that shit back then till the 90s. Like
I'm not turned on by like you getting clean the same way a chinchilla does.
Yeah.
You know, not a turn on for me. Ice torture and pipe logic torture.
Yes.
What do they have a pipe for that gets smaller and smaller as it goes? Isn't that exactly what you?
It's called a funnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I wonder what they're funneling. Cartoon segments always feel like a cop out to me, even if they are more expensive, bro.
Yeah.
They were a cop out, in my opinion, but they say they were a saving grace because they were. I don't know.
Once again, I went into this one not knowing anything about the movie, and like the opening sequence was all animated, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that'll be cool," because I hold the belief that anything that's fully animated is superior to a live action counterpart because everything has to be deliberate. Like that's why Disney Pixar is like so
fair.
They hit it out of the park because it's like, dude, that needs to be so intentional for it to work. That like you're not gonna mess it up. Whereas with live action, it's like, oh, you messed it up. Do another one. Do another one. Do another one.
Right.
Like animation, it's got to be so freaking deliberate. If they rewrite the script, someone's got to reanimate the whole thing. So I was excited thinking this was gonna be an animated movie, and then I was like, oh shit. It zooms out, and she's got her stupid fucking goggles on. And I'm like, god damn it.
After the garage makeover, they somehow have different military vehicles. They're designed completely differently.
Yeah.
It's not the same take or plane, and I'm wondering how they managed that. They used the metal that girl was trying to build her ark with.
Yep.
They took what bait? They sent the redhead in to bait them. Just go in and kill them if you know where they are.
Yeah.
It's liquids. I asked if liquid silver is a brothel, which I think it is because if they're selling off like
Yeah.
girls, and I think you're supposed to take that. You can have whichever of those dancing girls you want if you pay enough.
Yeah. That's the vibe I got. It has like a like a spearmint rhino type of name to it, or like the what was it on Family Guy? They went to the Fuzzy Clam because they were in Rhode Island. Like,
Oh,
it
God.
has like a strip club name,
Yeah, it does. Most annoying protagonist ever. Up there for
I'm
me.
like flipping through the Rolodex right now, but I think you might be right.
Up there with Bobcat Goldthwait for me.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
The madam singing the 1920s songs is cringy. Everyone in the building knowing the words is preposterous.
Yes.
I don't know why they always do it in like the not so distant future, like say like 100 years out or 1,000 years out or whatever.
Yeah.
They always are like, hey, here's a Frank Sinatra song, like in Pluto Nash, or like it's always just like
I know why.
Well, because that's who they got the rights to, probably.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, because it's public domain at this point, probably. They're not.
But also the fact that Lori Petrie was probably 20 something, her
Yeah.
character, I should say, and this is the year 2033, so she probably wasn't even born until after 2000. And
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
she's referencing Baywatch, and she's referencing like it's just so much shit like that.
Yeah.
When in
That's
reality,
true.
Bob, you're a teacher. You know that anybody born after 2000, they just say cap, bet, ye, scree, and like finna.
Yeah.
Like they don't do all the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They have shots of surprise unidentified feet that come into frame. You guys notice that?
Yes. I
Just
mean,
like-
I did in the back of my mind, but now you just brought it to the front.
Yeah. Like oh, I wonder what character this is in these really sleek dress shoes. It's every time it's either the bad guy or the bad guy like number 2.
Yeah.
Because no one else would be wearing those really nice dress shoes.
Yeah.
Entire film crew on bath salts during the Ripper design.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Teenage mutant rapey kangaroos. Of course, Ice-T used to be a cop.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
112 minutes in, and she's using the tank. This is
Yeah,
almost
ma-
Geostorm bad.
Yeah.
Many minutes in, yes.
Yeah. 100. I paused it. It was 112. I guess 72 minutes in.
Yeah. Hour 12.
An hour and 12. Yeah. She's hitting them with 3 a.m. Glizzies on the cargo hijack mission.
3
You notice that?
a.m. Glizzies on the cargo.
Yeah, she's
mission.
She's grilling up some.
Oh,
grilled
yeah.
cylinders.
Grilling some glizzies.
Yeah. Brakes are out, of course.
Mhm.
And if the road becomes a deadly cliff, then why are the 18-wheeler guys driving on it in the first place?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where are they going? I like how all of the Rippers are like, oh my God, Kessler killed Johnny Prophet. And then they all go, roar. And then DT dies and they all go, roar. You knew because it's the 90s and Ice-T was in it, that Ice-T music was looming.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there it was. If Jet could just talk to the water and power guys, then why didn't she do that in the first place instead of having Booger do it? Because he's really dumb.
Yeah.
Like when they're trying to land the plane in the hangar or whatever.
Yeah.
She has Booger say it. I assumed because he has a guy's voice and that wouldn't be weird, but then she takes over and they let her land.
Yeah.
Whoops, it's really cloudy in this infiltration scene. That implies a possibility of rain, something that hasn't happened in 12 years. So we're going to have to shoot tomorrow. Fuck it.
Yeah. Plot hole.
The tank is self-aware and operates itself, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like answering questions from Tank Girl at the end.
Yeah, like Knight Rider.
Yeah. The fuck is that? So Malcolm McDowell is a computer-like projection of his own head. How's that work? I don't get that.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Future.
Tank beer bullets?
Yeah.
Would those just blow up in the chamber?
Yeah.
You would think.
And then he's blocking all those tank shots with and bullets with his super self-dangerous arm.
Yeah.
Like that dude's gonna like rip himself to shreds while he's sleeping with that arm.
Yeah.
The tank girl casually lifts the girl out of the pipe by herself.
Yep.
Well, they say that like when like a mother sees her child in danger, she can lift a car.
We don't know if she's the mother. They didn't make that.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I know, but I was just saying like maybe through some like stupid loosened association of that whole.
We
logic.
don't know that she didn't meet her 2 weeks ago though.
Yeah.
But she was a mother figure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it can translate because they're like kind of like lovers vaguely. Like I mean, nothing on screen, but like there was some sparks flying. I don't know.
Yeah. The second in command bad guy was maybe the best part of the movie. I thought he was maybe the best actor.
Yeah.
He made me like kind of hate him.
I thought McDowell did okay. That's just me possibly being.
He kept reminding me of Dennis Hopper in Super Mario Brothers, which is not good.
Not that bad.
Yeah,
No
it's not good. No, he wasn't that bad. I mean, he didn't look directly at the fucking camera when he was delivering his lines or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised to hear you come down on him, seeing as he's one of your favorite actors, Bob. All right, unless you guys have anything to mention, Rob's Magic Marvel Corner.
I've got something to mention.
Shoot.
We saw this in Waterworld. Whenever the water is like the scarce commodity that people need to survive, and like the 1% at the top has access to it, you see all their uniforms and like their crazy like glass like holographic readout screens and all those things. Anything that we're holding in our hands or looking at or wearing requires a shitload of water to like render the textiles or to produce glass or to cool down the circuit boards that are being made. So, what's up with that? At least in Waterworld, they kind of explain like they desalinated ocean water or something like that. They just developed that blood sucking technology, so they couldn't have gotten enough blood to do that. But like their future tech was a little too futuristic for people that were even at the top. They couldn't get all the water they needed. So that just rubbed me the wrong way.
I agree. Not to mention that it's only 10 years from now.
Yeah,
we don't have anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything like
yeah.
They should have thought about that. Like, what are people in 2023 going to think?
Yeah. Fair.
Anything else, or you guys want to throw it to the Marvel Corner?
That's it.
All right, let's do it.
The worst movie ever made presents Rob's Magic Marvel Corner.
All right, who goes first?
Iron Man 2, by the way.
Yeah.
So
you went first last time, Chris. So I'll go first this time.
Gotcha.
So we watched Iron Man 2 for the first time, and Chris and Bob are going to ask me some questions.
Some rapid fire questions. So I did my research on this a little bit, and I've noticed that Tony Stark, who is Iron Man, reveals himself to the world as Iron Man. How did that strike you?
Well, he did that in the first one when like they gave him a bunch of cards, like index cards, to be like, to stick to the official statement so people don't whatever. And he's like, I'm Iron Man. And then the movie ends. So like I'm okay with that because they really played into it in Iron Man 2 where like he has this whole like Stark Con or like whatever. It's like he has a whole convention that like celebrates all his accomplishments, and like he just shows up in his suit and he's like, what's going on? So like it plays into his character's arrogance, and like I think honestly I really liked it. I mean, it's not like my type of movie, but it's Robert Downey Jr. is really good at playing like that arrogant, like cocksure, like asshole that everybody loves because he's just like, at the end of the day, he is right, but he's just a fucking massive asshole about it. So, I liked it, Bob. I like that whole aspect of them knowing his identity.
I guess that was my second question. Then, what do you think about him being a complete asshole?
I think it works because I think it's one of those things like you see people in movies and in real life that have like egos that they can't back up with like competence.
Yeah,
but it shows him hard at work. Like the dude knows his shit, and he is rightfully arrogant with the power he possesses. And I think that's where a lot of the comedy comes from too. So I was a fan of it. There's good back and forth, snappy dialogue, and
so So I looked at the supporting cast, and I was wondering if there was any actor or character, if you don't know the name of the actor, that you thought was insignificant. Not insignificant. What's it called? Like just didn't do well as an actor / character.
Who's the guy who plays Hammer? The other like
Oh no.
the competing. You know who I'm talking about,
His
Chris,
name
right?
is
Like
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Is
Rockwell.
it Sam Rockwell? Yeah.
I didn't like his role because I think like it reminded me of Avatar, like the dude who's trying to find the unobtainium. Like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, so you're wearing a suit, you're a dick. There's no reason to like your character, and I felt like he probably did a good job for what they gave him because he did exactly that. But I just felt like I don't know, he didn't seem like a worthy nemesis. He just kind of seemed like one dimensional and had no real arc himself.
Nice.
I'm doing something really weird.
Okay.
I need to stretch out my abs, so I'm on my knees now.
Nice. You know why you're on your knees, Chris?
Because I like dongs.
I like dongs.
Anywho, moving on.
I like walls of hanging dildos as well.
All right,
if you
what's
didn't know.
what's the timestamp on? I like being on my knees or whatever the hell. It was.
Around 102.
Man, this is a bad episode for me. I've been paid. I have no defense. My walls of defense are down.
Yeah.
Number one, how did you like Mickey Rourke as a jacked Russian tech genius?
I mean, I did, but it was cool. But like, they didn't. I think it suffered from the first Iron Man did, where like I think there were probably more scenes that showed his backstory, unless they retroactively do it in like Iron Man 3, which I haven't seen yet because I got to watch Thor first. So, it was pretty cool, but like also like you don't really. He mentions like, oh, you know, the suffering that you put my family through for 40 years, I'm gonna put you through in 40 seconds. Like, I kind of wanted to like be clued in as to like what the full scope of that was.
More of
whether
that,
it was like a perceived slight or something that actually went down that like gives him reason to have that revenge arc. They never really went into it too deeply.
No, that's true. Number two for me was, what do you think of Sam Rockwell as Hammer? That's literally what I wrote.
Douche. Just a fizzy douche.
See?
Nice.
Okay. Fizzy douche. How much better is Iron Man 1?
A lot better.
Yeah. I completely agree.
There's one moment in Iron Man 2 I love when he switches the core out from palladium to like whatever the new element is, and like you know like when you like have like you take a medicine you get like a certain like aftertaste or whatever.
Yeah.
So Tony Stark puts the new element in his like battery pack in his chest and he goes, oh, tastes like coconut. and then he like zips off. Like, it had no right being in the movie, but I was like, that's really funny.
But it worked.
Yeah, shit's really heating up. He's like, oh, tastes like coconut. And then
Robert Downey Jr. is good. There's a reason that all of America fell in love with him. You know, like he got over his addictions and became an amazing actor.
Yeah, Pirates of the Avengers 6, the Infinity Pearls, or whatever that.
Yes, yeah, that one. All right, bad credit names.
Sure.
Bad credit names like
Rusty Cunts, Wang Liken, Destiny Hooker, Dick Trickle, Dick Pole, Steve Sharts, Misty Hyman.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop. Just got to throw it in there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Returning, Greg and Brian Smurs. That's SMRZ is the last name.
Yeah.
SMRZ.
Joe B. McCracken.
That's unfortunate.
Courtney Love Cobain. Can't help it. She's in there too.
Was she?
Hole was performance, and she was like the music producer or some shit.
She was the original lead and dropped out because Kurt committed suicide.
Shit.
Yeah.
Might have been better. I don't know. She would have had more of like the crazy would have worked better, I think.
Yeah, and she gets a lot of unnecessary hate too. I mean, like,
well, she killed her husband, Rob.
Nah, she didn't. Kurt killed her husband.
Melise Van Ooyen.
Okay.
Dee Dee Weathers.
Okay.
Fun.
Jerry the Face Forder.
Okay. Like fording a
Check.
river, he's fording a face.
Yes.
Okay.
Daniel Mad Dog Summich.
Okay.
And then in the same movie, Jimmy the Mad Dog Farrington.
Do you think like when like they were getting set up for like their dressing rooms or like craft service or something, like they were like mad over the mess up at the station area, like, oh, no, I'm the Mad Dog. Like,
Yeah. No, wait, they both say Mad Dog. Mine's supposed
Yeah.
to say the Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, comma the like on his little flag.
Peter Woodley Doodley Canderland.
No.
I swear to God, look at the credits.
Is it in
Woodley
quotes?
Doodley.
Like, is it at least
yeah.
a nickname? Okay.
Yeah, that's his nickname. Woodley Doodley. And then the winner this week, Freddie Potato Head.
I'm going to Google Freddie.
I did not make this up.
He's known for Tank Girl, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and Oleana.
Yep. Freddie
his name.
Potato Head.
Potato Head, one word, and it's spelled
Wow.
just like you would think it is.
Yes,
Wow.
it is. Freddie
But like,
Potato
there's
Head.
also like Funko Pops where it's like Mr. Potato Head dressed up like Freddy Krueger.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, let's compare the movies.
Sure.
It's turkey time.
Time to compare the movies.
Gobble, gobble.
Mac and Me versus Tank Girl. Worst of its kind, negative 61.2, and worst. So Mac and Me takes that because it's negative 33.8 for Tank Girl. Worst as well. Excuse me. Bob, a 4.25 for Mac and Me. Nice job, but you lost to me, who had a 4.5 Tank Girl.
Yep.
So 1-1, heading into the dialogue. What do you guys think? I think Tank Girls is worse.
Dialogue, yes.
Yeah, because Mac and Me was like trying to be a family movie, but like Tank Girl's trying to be funny and then missing the mark. And
Yeah.
bad comedy is the king shit when it comes to not working out.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Production, long commercial for Mac and Me, or The Mask Did It Better for Tank Girl. I'm going to say Mac and Me takes this one.
Yeah, I
Mac
think
and
so too. Mac and Me, yeah.
Acting, I'm going Mac and Me as well. Cause,
Yes, Mac and Me acting, 100%.
Yep. Okay. So it's 3-2, Mac and Me. We will address the merits after the offensive minigame. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Okay, so let's throw it to the offensive minigame.
The offensive minigame.
eBay ET.
Okay.
Or the Mandarin Man of Medicine.
Mandarin Man of Medicine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Medicine Man.
Immediate Me Death Declaration or Rapey Rippers.
Well, the Me Death Declaration was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Me Death just because they like checked his forehead for his pulse and they're like he's gone. There's nothing we can do.
All right, cool. I mean, the Rapey Rippers never did it. I don't think.
Exactly.
I think in the context of Tank Girl, you didn't expect anything less.
Yeah.
Whereas Mac and Me was just like, yeah, no, your fucking kid's dead. Sorry.
Your kid's dead. I could just tell by looking at him.
Yeah.
A bonus round. Superfluous citizenship. I should never write that into my outline. Or child prostitution. Good luck.
Child prostitution.
Yeah, child prostitution.
Okay, so it is a more offensive movie. So we are at 3-3. Demerits do count. We have bad kid actors for Mac and Me. What do you guys think for Tank Girl demerits?
Also bad kid actors, but let me
That's
think of something better.
Yeah.
It was really bad kid actors.
I'm gonna go with just like they fucked the whole water thing up because that really pissed me off.
Okay, so like fucked up the device.
No, I just mean like they don't really explain like how they have all this future tech when they don't have any water to render the technology.
So should we say bad future tech then?
That works. Unless Bob's got
Bob,
something
you
else.
cool with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so what's worse, bad kid actors or bad future tech?
Kid actors across the board.
I agree.
Just the acting in general was like doubly bad for Mac and Me.
Sounds good to me. I think Mac and Me is slightly worse of a movie. It feels right. I think the science agrees with my intuition here.
Yeah.
And Bob, I'm about to make you smile. Next week we are watching Leprechaun.
Nice.
Which is great because I just asked Erin if she wants to watch a scary movie soon, and I'm sure it's terrifying.
It's totally terrifying.
I've only ever seen Leprechaun 4 in the hood. I've never seen the original.
Well, I mean, that's the only one that counts.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, Rob, you want to plug us and then send it over to Bob for his last word? Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. I'm going to go put a heating pad on my stomach.
Nice. Salon Pass? Are you going to use a Salon Pass heating pad?
Oh, salon pause. Maybe I'll rub a little creme fraiche.
Shall. All right. www.theworstmovieevermade.com. You could stream us. You could look at our pretty mugs on YouTube. You could check out our social media. Bob does a trailer every week. You could email us, which no one ever seems to do, even though we're approaching 6,000 downloads at this point in our show. So, like, we know you're there. We know you're out there. So,
yeah.
I want to believe. Bob?
The prosthetic ripper penis costs $5,000.
And it got cut? Or no, they showed that, right? That was a fact.
It was
bigger, longer, and uncut.
It was uncut.
Had a little anteater helmet at the okay. Theworstmovieevermade.com. Thanks for listening, guys. Leprechauns next week. I can never tell if it's my kid in the next room or the kid's upstairs.
That's probably.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
All right, let's get Craig the fuck out of here. No one more eavesdropping on our conversations.